Smart Powered Endo Linear Cutter Staplers with P2G reloads. This in-service video will provide you with basic instructions on manipulation of the Smart Powered Endo Linear Cutter Staplers from Panther Healthcare. For more information, please refer to the instructions for use included in the package. Description: disposable battery, chip induction area, manual override, highly optimized endo stapler handle, non-stop articulation lever, green security button, control trigger, reload lock button, reload unit, indicating arrow, lower clamp button, end of cut line, end of staple line, RU authorization chip. Method of operation: open the packaging and take out the stapler and battery. Remove the yellow protective cover of the battery and install the battery package. A clear short beep sound will be heard and the LED will turn red to green, indicating that the battery works normally and the system resets well. Warning: the red LED or no display, 3 short beeps or no voice prompt when inserting the battery pack indicate that this device cannot be used due to a low battery capacity or circuit problems. After inserting and identifying the battery pack successfully, please use the device within 8 hours. To load the smart stapler with appropriate RU, insert the pin located at the distal end of the instrument shaft into the RU. Ensure that the load alignment indicator on the RU aligns with the alignment indicator on the shaft. Push the RU inside and twist clockwise 45 degrees relative to the instrument. 2 beep sound informs us that both parts are correctly assembled. Warning: do not remove the yellow cover until you correctly load the RU. After loading the RU, it is important to check the unload button. If a red bar is visible, it means that the RU has been loaded incorrectly. Remove the RU and repeat the loading steps. Take off the yellow cover and scan the chip side of the cover to the instrument induction area to authorize the RU. The beep sound heard and the green LED turned blinking indicates successful identification, and then remove and discard the protective cover. Warning: the yellow protective cover for each reloading unit can only be successfully identified once, and for each device it can only be identified 15 times. When the 16th identification is tried, the device will give a long beep sound and the LED will turn red, indicating that the device can no longer be used. Then, push the control trigger back to close RU jaws. Push the control trigger forward to open the jaw. This process is to confirm if the reload has been placed right. Warning: if the jaw couldn't be closed or opened, it means the reload hasn't been loaded correctly. If the LED indicator turns red during the closing process if it's halfway, this means that during the reload loading process it lack of the final twist so as to get to the 45 degrees. In this situation, the blue unloading button won't be at its original position and a red line will be visible. Solution: open the jaws and try to rotate the reload unit slightly to bring it back to the fully seated position. Pull the control trigger back to close the RU jaws. Insert endo linear cutter stapler into trocar sleeve. Push the control trigger forward to open the jaw. Adjust the non-stop articulation system lever or the rotation collar to make the jaw in a proper position. Apply the stapler across the tissue to be excised. Push the control trigger back, close the jaw. The green security button must be pushed before starting the firing process. The quick flashing of the green LED indicates that the button has been pressed. Continuously press back the control trigger. The stapler will complete the firing and auto-stop. And at the same time, the quick flashing LED turns to flash normal. When the stapler is fired to the end, the green blinking LED becomes constant. Then, free the control trigger, the stapler will complete the reversing with green blinking LED. And when the jaw opens, the green blinking LED turns yellow, indicating that the reload unit has been used. Let the jaw get off the tissue, then pull the trigger back, close the jaw, reset the rotation collar, and take out the instrument through the trocar. Push the control trigger forward to open the jaw. Push down the reload locking button, rotate the reload and unload the reload from the instrument. When this step is completed, the system will reset and the LED will turn green. Take out a new reload, load it to the stapler according to the previous steps. Warning: the articulation lever should be in straight position when load a new RU. If the articulation lever is not resetted to a straight position, the LED will not turn green and the RU's loading is not allowed. If the device stops due to an electrical fault, pushing up the trigger cannot make the device retrace. Please use manual reset. Remove the cover plate marked with manual override. The black manual reset knob will be exposed. Pull up the black manual reset knob and then move the knob back and forth until the jaws are opened. After the manual reset is opened, the electrical function of the device will be completely invalid, and the device is prohibited from being used and it should be discarded. Please do not try to use the manual override when the device is normal. Feature and benefits. 3 types for Panther Endo linear cutter stapler handles, respectively, applied for open surgery, laparoscopic surgery, and bariatric surgery. Universal handle for all reloading units. Smart reload identification. Smart tissue recognition. When close the jaw with tissue, if the tissue is within its ability, the LED indicator will keep with green blinking. If the tissue is over thick but can be compressed, the LED indicator will turn yellow, blinking. If the tissue is too thick to be compressed, the LED will turn red. Smart firing control. Normally, when the tissue thickness and staple's height are matched, the device will be firing at a stable speed with the green blinking. When the tissue is over thick and the staples aren't high enough to have a good B formation, the device will reduce the speed during the firing and the yellow light will be blinking. When the tissue is way too thick to staple, the device will stop during the firing and the LED will turn red. The new type of endo staple RU, double gripping technology, lateral diffusion of the fluids, anvil and cartridge with progressive clamping technology for better clamping and less squeezing of the tissue. Staple lengths include 30 mm, 45 mm, 60 mm. Staple heights include 2.5 mm, 3.5 mm, 4.2 mm, 4.8 mm, 5.0 mm. Reloading units with articulating function in both directions for easier access in challenging applications.